to remind you of the Girls Super Bonanza. In the final round of competition, any riddle solved is worth something. If they solve 4 riddles, 2,000 Ghana cedis. 3 out of the 4 riddles, 1,600 Ghana cedis. 2 out of the 4, 1,000 Ghana cedis. And even a single riddle fetches 500 Ghana cedis. This is courtesy of GOIL PLC. We are most grateful, GOIL. Before we meet the contestants, I would like to acknowledge our sponsors. The National Science and Math Quiz is proudly sponsored by the Ghana Education Service in partnership with GOIL PLC and supported by Joy News, Pepsodent, Jupe Money Transfer, Prudential Life Insurance Ghana, Beta Malt, ALX, Kivo, Bell Beverages, Flora Tissues, Coronation Insurance, Accra College of Medicine, University of Mines and Technology, Academic City University College, PMMC Jewelry, GTP, CHAS, YFM, and Girl Mark Foundation. Of course, this is a... Thank you. My name is Elsie Kaufman. I am Dean of the School of Engineering Sciences, University of Ghana, and I'm honored to be your quiz mistress. Thank you. Pope John Senior High School and Minor Seminary is represented by
Ban Samuel.
Ban Noble.
You're welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you, madam.
How are you?
These are fine.
Wonderful. I'm giving opportunities to our schools to advertise themselves to the world. What would you like to tell the world about Pope John Senior High School and Minor Seminary?
Well, Pope John Senior High School and Minor Seminary is a Catholic school founded in 1958, situated in Ifijasi, and it's one of the most disciplined SHSs in Ghana.
All right, that's good to know. Thanks for sharing. Plans for today?
We are here to do our very best.
Okay, I wish you well. St. James Seminary and Senior High School is represented by
Nyewe Jude Jr.
Kunsu Hammond Theater.
You're welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you.
And how are you?
We are fine, thank you.
Wonderful. You heard me. I would like you to tell us about your school.
So, our school was founded in 1978 by the Roman Catholic Church. It is located in Abesim, near Sunyani, in the Bono region. So our motto is sincerity, fidelity, and perseverance. And until a few years ago, the school was meant to train up young priests to minister to the people. But then, a few years ago, it then became open to all boys.
I see.
Yes, we are proud to be able to represent our school this year in this quarter-final contest.
That's wonderful. So, expectations. What are the expectations?
We just hope to excel and to give out our best.
Best wishes to you. Presbyterian Boys Secondary School is represented by
Kuma Usi Excel.
Kakari Precious Inchafo.
You're welcome, gentlemen. How are you?
Fine by God.
We are fine by the grace of God.
Wonderful. You heard me. I'm giving the schools opportunities to promote themselves. So please tell us about Presbyterian Boys Secondary School.
Okay. Presbyterian Boys Secondary School is a boys' school to be precise, located in the Greater Accra region, and are known for the phrase, "In the light we shall see light," and are also Christian gentlemen. Since everywhere we go, we showcase the godly talents that God has given us and show forth His glory in everywhere we go.
Well, what shall we expect from you today?
That the glory of the Lord shall manifest in us, and that will prove that He is the Lord who has brought us this far.
All right. Gentlemen, I wish you well.
Thank you very much.
Contestants, as usual, the contest comes to you in 5 rounds. This first round is the round for fundamental concepts. I have simple and direct questions. I'm expecting simple and direct answers from you. If you answer your major question correctly, 3 points. If the question is incorrectly answered, it becomes available for a bonus. A school may ring and attempt an answer. If right, 1 bonus point. If not, there's a penalty, 1 point. Let me add, in order to make yourself available for that bonus point by ringing, you have to ensure that you have waited for me to verbally articulate that the answer that is being given me is incorrect. Verbal declaration. Do not rely on your eyesight. Is that all right? Okay, so take note. For questions which require calculations, you have 30 seconds to present your answer. If there are no calculations involved, you have 10 seconds to do so. Gentlemen, all of these questions are to be attempted once only. Best wishes to all 3 schools. For the first set of questions, it's actually one question. It's one of those, you see, where I go around gathering right answers. So I come to you, I'll start with you, Presbyterian boys. I get a right answer, I move on to the next right answer, and so on, to the same question. So that's how we are starting this time, and it will only take you 10 seconds of time. All right. So please pay attention to the question. The overall enthalpy change for the formation of solid sodium chloride is the sum of the enthalpy changes of several individual steps known as the Born-Haber cycle. Please name one, only one, of these energy steps and explain what it represents. First choice, Presbyterian boys. Excel.
Okay. So the first ionization energy of sodium, and this represents the amount of energy that is absorbed when 1 mole of gaseous sodium atoms is converted to 1 mole of positively charged, unipositively charged sodium ions, also in the gaseous state.
Yes. St. James. Jude.
The first electron affinity of chlorine, and this is when 1 mole of gaseous chlorine accepts 1 mole of electrons and gains a negative charge as a monovalent gaseous anion.
All right, I'll accept it. Noble.
We have enthalpy of dissociation of chlorine molecule, that is Cl2 molecule 2, separate free and gaseous Cl atoms.
All right, I will accept it. Okay, the other ones that were possible but were not mentioned, we have the enthalpy of atomization or sublimation of sodium, the energy required to convert sodium from its standard state to the gaseous state. And then there's the last one, which is the lattice energy of sodium chloride, the energy released when ions, that is sodium cation and chlorine anion, come together to form a solid ionic compound, right? So all this must happen. Isn't that interesting? All right. Next set, 30 seconds and a short preamble. The preamble is this: given that, that's all. Given that, all right, Presbyterian boys, cosine of A multiplying cosine of B is equal to 1/4 of the expression square root of 3 plus 1. And sine of A multiplying sine of B is equal to 1/4 of the expression square root of 3 minus 1. Evaluate cosine of A plus B. Excel?
1 on 2.
Yes. St. James, with the same preamble. Cosine of A multiplying cosine of B is equal to 1/4 of the expression square root of 2 plus 1. And sine of A multiplying sine of B is equal to 1/4 of the expression square root of 2 minus 1. Evaluate cosine of A minus B. Yes, Hammond?
Square root of 2 divided by 2.
You are right. With the same preamble, Pope John. Sine of A multiplying cosine of B is equal to 1/4 of the expression, square root of 3 plus square root of 2. And cosine of A multiplying sine of B is equal to 1/4 of the expression, square root of 3 minus square root of 2. Evaluate sine of A plus B. Yes, Ba.
Root 3/2.
You're right. Next set. 30 seconds with a preamble to all schools. Preamble. The ultimate shear stress of a certain biomaterial is 32 megapascal, and its shear modulus is 640 megapascal. A 2.0 centimeter thick plate of the biomaterial is 15 centimeters long and 8.0 centimeters wide. That's the preamble. Did you get it? One more time. The ultimate shear stress of a certain biomaterial is 32 megapascal, and its shear modulus is 640 megapascals. A 2.0 centimeter thick plate of the biomaterial is 15 centimeters long and 8.0 centimeters wide. Now, Presbyterian boys, find the strain in the plate if a 2.4 kilonewton shear load is applied over its broad face. Excel.
3.1 by 10 raised to the power -4.
You're right. With the same preamble, St. James. Calculate the maximum shear load that can be applied over the long side of the plate. Jude.
6.0 times 10 raised to the power -2 Newton.
That's incorrect. For a bonus. All right. I'll come back to you with the answer. Pope John, with the same preamble, find the strain induced by half the maximum shear load that can be applied over the broad face of the plate. Noble.
I have 2.5 times 10 exponent -3.
Pardon?
2.5 times 10 to the power -3.
That's incorrect. For a bonus. All right. Your answer is 2.5 times 10 to the power -2, or 0.025. And then your St. James is 96 kilonewton. Next set, 10 seconds with a preamble to all schools. Preamble. What type of modification is found in organisms with the given description? That means when I get to you, I'll give you some description. Please tell me the type of modification that is found in organisms with the description I give you. All right. Presbyterian boys, your description. The physical features designed to help with survival, for example, the sharp teeth of a shark for catching prey. Excel?
Physical adaptation.
That's incorrect. For a bonus. I'll come back to you with the answer. St. James with the same preamble. Modifications that organisms use to survive, such as migration, hibernation, or hunting strategies. Jude?
Feeding modifications.
That's incorrect. For a bonus. All right, I'll come back. Pope John with the same preamble. Modifications that involve chemical processes in the body of the organisms, including the production of venom to kill prey or the release of pheromones to attract mates. Noble?
I have biochemical modification.
That's incorrect. For a bonus? All right, so Presbyterian boys, yours was structural adaptation. Structural adaptation. St. James, yours was behavioral adaptation. And Pope John, yours was physiological adaptation. Next set, 10 seconds with a preamble to all schools. Preamble. Give the systematic name of the major product formed when the given reactant reacts with acidified potassium dichromate solution. Did you get it, or you like it to be repeated? Give the systematic name of the major product formed when the given reactant reacts with acidified potassium dichromate solution. Now, Presbyterian boys. 3-methyl-2-butanol. Excel.
3-methyl-2-butanol.
Repeat.
3-methyl-2-butanol.
Yes. St. James with the same preamble. 2-methyl-1-butanol. Jude?
2-methyl-1-butanoic acid.
Who is ringing when I have not made a declaration? Hey, you fear nothing. I have still not made a determination. Repeat your answer.
2-methyl-1-butanoic acid.
No. It's too late. I'm not accepting anymore. You've lost your chance. And you've both received warnings. From now on, you ring again when I have not made my determination. The deductions will start flowing. All right, I'll tell you the answer later. Pope John, 3-methyl cyclopentanol. Noble?
Okay. I have 3-methyl cyclopentanone.
You are right. St. James. The answer was 2-methylbutanoic acid. That's it. Next set, 30 seconds with a preamble to all schools. Preamble. Find the coordinates of the stationary points of the given curve. That's the preamble. Find the coordinates of the stationary points of the given curve. Your curve, Presbyterian boys, y is equal to the expression x minus 2 multiplying the expression x plus 1, this last expression squared. Excel?
3, 3. It is 3, 16 and negative 1 on 3, comma, a value of negative 28 on 27.
That's incorrect for a bonus. All right, I'll tell you the answer in a bit. St. James, your curve is y is equal to the expression x plus 1 multiplying the expression x minus 2, the second expression squared. Jude?
2, 0, and 0, 4.
You are right. Pope John with the same preamble. Your curve, y is equal to the expression x minus 1 multiplying the expression x plus 2, the second expression squared. Noble.
Okay, so the first point is 0, negative 4. And the second point is, what? The second point is negative 2, 0.
You are right. Presbyterian boys. The coordinates for your curve are 1, negative 4, and negative 1, 0. Next set of questions, 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Presbyterian boys. A running motor draws 1.2 amperes when driven from a 24.0 volts supply. Calculate the starting current of the motor if its back EMF is 21.6 volts. Excel?
12 ampere.
You're right. St. James. If the starting current of a motor is 15.0 amperes at 48.0 volts, what is its running current if its back EMF is 36.0 volts at running speed? Had I made a determination? Okay, I'll come back with the answer. Pope John. Find the back EMF of a motor whose starting current is 8.0 amperes and running current is 1.8 amperes when driven from a 12-volt supply. Noble.
I have 9.6 volts.
That's incorrect. Yes,
9.3 volts.
you are right. I have to give the answer for the second one, right? Yes. You need the answer to your question. It's 3.75 amperes. And I had not made a determination when people started ringing. So what's the penalty? What do you mean? No, I was calling on them to answer, wasn't I? The bell had already gone. I still have to make a determination and call for bonus. That's the instruction I have. I must verbally make a determination. So, luckily, I will not deduct from any of them. I will start deducting from the next infringement. But, yes, I must make a determination before anybody rings. Prime time, is that not my instruction? Exactly. I must make a verbal determination before anybody rings. All right. Next set, 10 seconds. Presbyterian boys. In freshwater systems, energy and nutrients must be cycled through the water to bring nutrients from the bottom of the water body. Give the biological term that refers to the abrupt thermal gradient that must exist for this process to take place. Precious.
Thermal stratification.
No. Yes, Jude?
The thermocline.
Yes, that's the name. St. James. Name the two most appropriate abiotic factors that may be used to characterize terrestrial biomes. Yes, Hamon?
They are temperature and rainfall.
All right. Pope John. Temperature often plays an enormous role in the distribution of organisms throughout Earth's ecosystems. What technical term is given to the physiological adaptations that enable animals to survive in extremely hot environments? Noble?
We have euthermic adaptations.
That's incorrect. For a bonus. It's called estivation. Next set, 30 seconds, with a preamble to all schools. Preamble. There's something disturbing me, I can hear. We need to focus and pay attention. In industrial processes involving reversible reactions, understanding the equilibrium state is crucial for optimizing the efficiency of production. Give the equilibrium constant expression, Kc, for the given reaction, assuming all reactants and products are gaseous. Did you hear the preamble, or shall I repeat? Okay. In industrial processes involving reversible reactions, understanding the equilibrium state is crucial for optimizing the efficiency of production. Please give the equilibrium constant expression Kc for the given reaction, assuming all reactants and products are gaseous. That's the preamble. Now, Presbyterian boys, your reaction. The reaction of hydrogen and carbon dioxide produces methane and water. Precious.
Okay. The Kc is equal to the equilibrium concentration of methane, CH4, multiplying the equilibrium concentration of H2O, that's H2O to the power 2, all over the equilibrium concentration of CO2, multiplying the equilibrium concentration of H2, that's H2 to the power 4.
You're right. St. James. With the same preamble, the reaction of nitrogen dioxide with hydrogen to form nitrogen and water. Yes, go ahead, please, Jude.
The equilibrium constant Kc is equal to the equilibrium concentration of N2 multiplying the equilibrium concentration of H2O, that concentration raised to the power 4, divided by the equilibrium concentration of NO2 raised to the power 2, multiplying the equilibrium concentration of H2 raised to the power 4.
You are right. With the same preamble, Pope John, the reaction of ammonia with oxygen to form nitrogen monoxide and water. Yes, Ba.
So we have the Kc expression to be equal to a fraction with numerator, the equilibrium concentration of NO raised to the power 4, multiplying the equilibrium concentration of H2O raised to the power 6, and denominator, the equilibrium concentration of O2 raised to the power 5, multiplying the equilibrium concentration of NH3 raised to the power 4.
You're right. Next set 30 seconds with a preamble to all schools. Solve the simultaneous logarithmic equations for x and y. Solve the simultaneous logarithmic equations for x and y. Presbyterian boys, log to the base 2 of the expression x plus y is equal to 4. And log to the base 2 of the expression x minus y is equal to 2. Precious.
X is equal to 10 and y is equal to 6.
You are right. St. James, log to the base 3 of the expression x plus 2y is equal to 3. And log to the base 3 of the expression x minus 2y is equal to 1. Hammond.
X is 15 and Y is 6.
You are right. Pope John, log to the base 4 of the expression 2x plus 3y is equal to 2. And log to the base 4 of the expression 2x minus 3y is equal to 1. Yes, Noble.
X is 5 and Y is 2.
You are right. Next set 30 seconds with a preamble to all schools. Preamble. A 1.0 milliwatt linearly polarized laser beam is incident on a linear polarizer whose transmission axis makes an angle of pi over 3 with the polarization direction of the laser. Did you get your preamble? No? Okay. A 1.0 milliwatt linearly polarized laser beam is incident on a linear polarizer whose transmission axis makes an angle of pi over 3 with the polarization direction of the laser. Now, Presbyterian boys, find the power transmitted by the polarizer. Precious.
0.50 milliwatts.
That's incorrect. Yes.
0.25 milliwatts.
Yes. With the same preamble. Your major question. If a second polarizer whose transmission axis is oriented at pi over 2 relative to the laser polarization were placed after the first polarizer, what would the transmitted power be? Jude.
0 watts.
That's incorrect for bonus. Which of you? Excel?
0.19 milliwatts.
You are right. Pope John with the same preamble. If a second polarizer whose transmission axis is oriented at pi over 2 relative to the laser polarization were placed before the first polarizer, what would the transmitted power be? Noble?
I have 0.19 milliwatts.
That's incorrect.
0 watts.
That's right. Last set of questions for the round, 10 seconds. Presbyterian boys, why are the vertebrae in the lower portion of the vertebral column larger than those in the upper portion? Excel?
Okay. First of all, these vertebrae are located at the lower portion of the body, and hence they bear most of the weight of the body. Now, carrying a larger weight of the body requires having a relatively larger size in order to carry out this function. Specifically, the centrum has a larger size so that it can bear this larger weight, or in order to bear the weight of the body, that is to support this weight, since they are located in the lower part of the body.
I'll give you 2 out of 3. You can answer this one question forever, the way you are going. Yes, you are right, of course, to better support the increased weight and also to distribute the load over a larger area. Okay, St. James, which 2 features of the lumbar vertebrae permit needle access to the spinal canal and spinal cord? Yes, Jude.
The absence of a pre-zygapophysis and post-zygapophysis.
That's incorrect for a bonus. Is their size and orientation. The size and orientation. Last question, Pope John. In humans, the adult vertebral column does not form a straight line, but instead has 4 curvatures along its length. Please give only one advantage of having these 4 curves. Noble.
Okay. When these 4 curves are present, the human being, that is, the human being and its or his spine, will be able to undergo more flexible movement, and this flexible movement will enable it to move freely and bend its back freely in doing all sorts of tasks.
Yes, flexibility. Yes, so it's a flexibility. Flexibility, other things that are possible is ability to absorb shock. Any of them would have been fine. All right, that's the end of the first round. Before I proceed to announce the scores, there are a couple of protests. The first one comes from Presbyterian Boys Secondary School. This was a biology question with the preamble, what type of modification is found in organisms with the given description? So I gave Presbyterian boys the description of the physical features designed to help with survival. For example, sharp teeth of a shark or for catching prey. And the answer is structural adaptation. Presbyterian boys gave me something like physical adaptation. Please, consultant says, and I also agree with consultant, that physical adaptation is not the same as structural adaptation. Structural adaptation, physical features of the organism get modified. Correct answer is structural adaptation. Learn the thing and let's move on. All right, so not upheld. Then there was a second protest from St. James Seminary Senior High School. This was a chemistry question, the second set of chemistry questions. The question was, give the systematic name of the major product form when the given reactant reacts with acidified potassium dichromate solution. The reactant that I gave St. James was 2-methyl-1-butanol. They gave an answer which was, I think, 2-methyl-1-butanoic acid. And they are insisting that this is right. Please remember that we asked for systematic name. From what I have heard from previous contests, prelims and also 1/8, I hear the quiz mistresses have been insisting, consultants have been insisting that saying 1-butanoic acid is incorrect. It is tautology. The carbon for the carboxylic acid only occurs at carbon 1, so it is wrong to say again that 1-butanoic acid. I hear they have corrected and corrected, and you have come to quarterfinals with the same problem. Please, the right answer, let me repeat for clarity, the right answer is 2-methyl-butanoic acid. There is no 1 anywhere. Not upheld. So that is it. Now we can proceed to announce the scores. At the end of the first round, St. James Seminary Senior High School has 20 points. Pope John Senior High School and Minor Seminary has 21 points. Presbyterian Boys Secondary School has 26 points. Please clap well for them. They've done well. All right. Round 2. In this round, we have the Prudential Life Speed Race. This is sponsored by Prudential Life Insurance Ghana for every life, for every future. In this round, I'm going to be presenting you with questions simultaneously, so the same questions to all three schools. For an opportunity to answer a question, you must ring for it. May I hear your bell, Presbyterian boys? Thank you. St. James? Thank you. Pope John? Thank you. If you ring and answer correctly, and it's the first attempt at the question, 3 points. If you answer on the second attempt, 2 points. And if you answer on the third attempt at the question, 1 point. However, if you attempt to answer a question and you are unsuccessful, you lose a precious point. I hope that's clear. All right. When you ring to answer a question, you have 3 seconds in which to produce an answer. If you start with, we have, Madam, the question was, trust me, you'll be bailed out. The bell for the 3-second expiration is when you hear that whatever it is you are saying, that's the answer, and it's likely to fetch the penalty. So be mindful and present an answer immediately you ring to answer. For questions which require calculations, you have a maximum of 30 seconds in which to provide that answer. If there are no calculations, you have the usual 10 seconds. Best wishes, everyone. First set of questions, 30 seconds each. Identify and indicate the concentration of hydronium or hydroxide ions in the resulting solution when 400 centimeter cubed of a 0.25 mole per decimeter cube solution of KOH is mixed with 800 centimeter cubed of 0.20 mole per decimeter cube solution of HNO3. Yes, Jude?
It is the concentration of hydronium ions is 0.050 mole per dm cube.
Pardon?
Zero.
Next person, you were bailed out. Who rang next? Who rang next? Go ahead.
So we have 0.050 mole per decimeter cube of hydronium ion.
Okay. Next one. Sodium tetraborate decahydrate, commonly known as borax, is used in various household products such as detergents, toothpastes, and cosmetics. How many milligrams of sodium are in 76.2 milligrams of borax, given its molecular formula as Na2B4O7.10H2O? Precious.
9.20 milligrams.
Yes. Next one. What volume of oxygen is required for the complete combustion of 1.00 mole of butanone at STP? The molar? Yes.
It is giving us 123 decimeter cube.
Yes. Next set, 10 seconds each. First one. Which branch of ecology would one study if one is trying to help save a species from extinction? Yes, Precious.
Conservation ecology.
I'm not accepting. Conservation biology. Next one. Why should the diameter of mitochondria remain fairly constant when the length is so variable? Okay, for rapid diffusion of molecules between the cytoplasm of the cell and the mitochondria. All right, next one. Every blood system possesses 3 distinct characteristics. Mention 2 of them. Yes, Noble?
Okay, I have blood vessels and a heart for pumping the blood.
Okay. Okay, so there are 3 characteristics, right? First of all, there must be a circulatory fluid, there must be blood. Then there is a contractile pumping device to propel the fluid, that's the heart. And then the tubes through which the fluid can circulate the blood vessels. So I got 2 of them. All right. Next set, 30 seconds each. First one. Find a value for P and a value for Q if the expression x minus 1, this expression squared, is a factor of x cubed plus px squared plus qx plus 3. Yes, which of you? Ba?
The value of P is -1, and the value of Q is -3.
Who else rang? Yes, Excel.
The value of P is 1, and the value of Q is -5.
You are right. Next one. Find the equation of the locus of the point P with coordinates x, y, moving in the xy plane such that it is equidistant from the points A with coordinates 2, 3, and B with coordinates 3, 2. Yes, Jude.
What do I say? X plus y is equal to 0.
That's incorrect. Who rang next? Yes, no.
Y is equal to x.
You're right. Next one. From a point P in the plane of a circle, 2 line segments are drawn to intersect the circle, first at A and B, and the second at C and D. Find PD if PA is equal to 15 PB is equal to 18 and PC is equal to 10. Yes. Ba.
27.
Yes. Last set of questions for the round. 30 seconds each. A particle is projected horizontally at 24 meters per second from a point above ground. Find the tangent of the angle the particle's velocity makes with the forward horizontal at the instant of ground impact if its flight time is 6.0 seconds. Jude.
It is 40.
Yes,
So
Precious.
it is giving us 2.5.
Yes. Next one. A 0.64 kilonewton object slides down a rough plane inclined at pi/3 radians to the horizontal. Find the energy loss when its vertical position changes by 0.50 meter if the kinetic friction coefficient is 0.1. The right answer is 18 joules. All right, last question for the round. Hubble Space Telescope has an effective focal length of 57.8 meters. If an eyepiece were to be used with such a telescope, what must its focal length be to produce an angular magnification of 5.00 times 10 raised to the power 3? Yes.
1.16 by 10 raised to the power -2 meters.
Yes. And that's the end of the second round. Before I announce the scores for the second round, there are two protests from Presbyterian Boys Secondary School again. Okay, so the first one says, it is a speed race question, which says, which branch of ecology would one study if one is trying to help save a species from extinction? The Presbyterian boys said conservation ecology, and I did not accept it. I said the answer is conservation biology. Let me explain. And this is after consultation with the consultants. There's really nothing like conservation ecology to begin with. if you want to prevent a species from going extinct, it goes beyond the ecology. You must study so many things about that species. And it is encompassed by the term biology. It is not just about the ecology, right? And so, you see, they are nodding. Teachers, please pay attention to your own students. So it is conservation biology, not conservation ecology. The protest is not upheld. The second one has to do with the answer from Pope John Senior High School. They are protesting that they were very specific, that blood systems have pumping mechanisms, and not all these pumping mechanisms are hearts. Take, for example, dorsal vessels in insects, which serve similar functions as hearts, but are not hearts themselves. Therefore, heart will not be a suitable answer. Okay, in that case, blood is also not a suitable answer. We couldn't even have asked about blood, because not all these systems are called blood, are they? In this case, the question was, every blood system possesses three distinct characteristics. They were to mention two. Let me read the answers to you. First, there is a circulatory fluid, which is the blood. Then there is a contractile pumping device to propel the fluid to through the body. This may be a modified blood vessel or a heart. I accepted the heart as the equivalent. Then there will be tubes through which the fluid can circulate, the blood vessels, or the vessels through which the blood is flowing. So based on this and the specificity of the question before me and the answers that are here, I have nothing to do but to accept what they said. This protest is also not upheld. Thank you very much. Pardon? Second round. At the end of the second round, here are the scores. St. James Seminary Senior High School has 17 points. Pope John Senior High School and Minor Seminary has 30 points. Presbyterian Boys Secondary School has 38 points. Round 3. This round has the problem of the day. The problem of the day is a single question to all 3 schools. From the time I ask you to begin, you will have 4 minutes to present your answers on the screens behind you. The problem of the day is worth 10 points. Contestants, you may stand. Leave your pens. All right, now you may pick up your sheets and we read. We are only reading at this stage. Let's read the problem of the day together. Problem of the day. A particle of mass m confined to the x-axis is governed by the potential energy function U of x is equal to negative k over x, where k is a positive constant. A, first part. What is meant by free particle? 2. Is the particle a free particle? Give reasons for your answer. Then B, determine the acceleration of the particle at an arbitrary point x on the positive x-axis and state whether the net force on the particle is attractive or repulsive. And C, suppose the particle is flung from the point x0 away from the origin with initial speed v. Determine the greatest distance d of approach of the particle to the origin. Contestants, this is your problem of the day. You may now begin. Stop writing and resume your seats. the contestants have presented their answers, before I award the points, let's consider the suggested solution from the consultants. This is a problem from physics. So we are told that there's a particle of mass m which is confined to the x-axis, and it's governed by the potential energy function, which is given as u of x is equal to negative k over x, where k is a positive constant. First thing was for contestants to tell us what is meant by free particle. So this is what was expected. A particle is called free if the net force on it vanishes. So the net force on the particle is 0, then you can say it's free. Okay? And then the second part is the particle a free particle? And they were supposed to give reasons for the answer. Okay, so here's the answer. Since the potential energy function of the particle is not constant, the net force on it is not 0. So the particle is not free. This is what was expected. All right. Then B, they were to determine the acceleration of the particle at an arbitrary point x on the positive x-axis and state whether the net force on the particle is attractive or repulsive. Okay. So the net force on the particle is, please note that force is a vector quantity. Especially in the question where we are asking about directions, it's very important to recognize this. So you cannot be given scalar things and expecting to know directions. So the vector f is equal to negative x hat, that indicates the direction, right? du dx. And so you get, if you differentiate that potential energy function, you will get negative x hat k negative x, right, dx. And this will give you negative x hat k over x squared. If you have force, then you can calculate acceleration, right? So acceleration is going to be equal to, acceleration also a vector quantity is going to be equal to the vector for force divided by the mass. And this gives you negative x hat k over mx squared. All right. So if you get this far, by the way, so the first two things, I was offering 2 points for that. If you get this far for the acceleration, I add 2 more points. Then the net force on the particle is attractive because k is positive. So the vector f is always directed towards the origin. Okay? And so, yes, it is attractive. And the explanation is extremely important. So it's not enough to just tell me it's attractive, but to also explain why it's attractive. So that's also worth 2 points. Then the C, the total energy of the particle. The total energy of the particle is the sum of its initial kinetic and potential energies. So the energy is going to be half mv squared minus k over x naught. Okay, the position initially, x naught. Okay, if you're able to set this up, I add 1 more point. And then at the point where x is equal to d, or the distance of greatest approach, the kinetic energy of the particle will vanish, and energy conservation will give you half mv squared, that's the kinetic energy, minus k over x naught, which is the potential energy, and this is equal to the total potential energy, which is negative k over d. All right, so finally, we can calculate for d, which is what was asked for, right? So contestants were supposed to determine the greatest distance d of approach of the particle to the origin. If you rearrange the parameters, you will get d to be equal to 2kx naught over the expression 2k minus mv squared x naught. And then I give you the balance of the max, and then we move on. So this is what was expected. This was a very difficult problem of the day for the contestants. Let's start with St. James. St. James, you gave a partial definition of what it means for a particle to be free. It's a partial definition, doesn't really capture the essence. You get it? I can't give half points also. Anyway, eventually, later on, you do mention that the force is attractive, right? Again, it's not sufficient to tell me it's attractive. So the best I can do is maybe a partial credit here, partial credit there, gathering partial things here and there, and adding up to give you maybe 1 out of 10. Out of generosity. Presbyterian boys. You decided to tell us about free particles using layman language. A particle whose motion is unhindered. For physics technical terms, it doesn't cut it, so it doesn't help at all. So the things you have there, it doesn't help much. And then you also say, no, it's not free because it can't move in. That's not the reason, you see. So your reason is completely off, and the reason was really important. So I can't give you anything really, unless I want to be gathering some partial goodwill from somewhere. Let me see. Then when it gets to the B, yes, you realize that you needed to calculate it for the F, right, the force. And then you were going to go and use the force for what? The acceleration. Anyway, I never saw the acceleration. Yes, okay, so you have the acceleration there. However, you forgot about the fact that acceleration is a vector quantity, and the force is also a vector quantity, and so you should be telling us directions as you move along. But then suddenly you realize that it's an attractive force with no reason. Okay? Anyway, I want to be generous to you as well. So I want to give you 1 point for setting up the differential equation, right? And I want to give you another 1 for gathering all those terms. Actually, yes, you did. I see that I wrote that you had something about acceleration. Gathering all those things, I'll add 1 more point to it. And then that was really as far as I could go. The other things were not very helpful to me. And so you have 2 out of 10. Okay, Pope John. Pope John, you actually defined what it meant for a particle to be free. Then you mentioned that, yes, this particle is not free, right? Your explanation could have been better, but you see, I'm adding up things here and there. Anyway, then you also set up the differential equation, right? You differentiated the potential energy terms, right? However, very much like your colleagues, everything was scalar. No reference to directions. Anyway, so the best I can do for you is to add the 2 points from the first part and then 1 more point here. The rest of it, no, did not help anybody at all, okay? And so I'm giving you 3 out of 10. That's the end of the problem of the day and the end of round 3. Before we proceed to the next round, we have a couple of substitutions. Presbyterian Boys Secondary School would like to effect this substitution. Precious, it's been a pleasure. Best wishes to you. And in comes Metal. Metal. You're welcome. St. James Seminary Senior High School would also like to effect a substitution. Hammond, it's been a pleasure. Best wishes to you. And in comes Edmond. You're welcome, Edmond. All right, please settle in quickly so that we can begin the next round. Are we ready? Okay, so round 4. This is the Jupe true or false round. At stake in the round is the Jupe money transfer $20 promo. During this NSMQ season, whenever alumni abroad send money to Ghana using their school's exclusive promo code, Jupe rewards the school with $20 for developmental projects in the school. For this particular contest, St. James Seminary's promo code is St. James, St. James. Pope John Senior High School and Minor Seminaries is POJOS, and Presbyterian Boys Secondary Schools is PRESEC. So over to you, alumni. Send money so that they can get the dollars for developmental projects. And thank you to Jupe Money Transfer, Meet a Need, send via Jupe. All right, contestants. In this round, I'm going to be presenting you with statements. When you receive a statement, please consider the statement very carefully and let me know whether it's true or false. If you are right, you get 2 points. If you are incorrect, you lose a precious point. You may choose not to respond, in which case a school may ring to attempt it. If they are right, the 2 full points. If it's incorrect, there's that penalty, 1 point. Occasionally, we do have some statements that will require up to 30 seconds of time. When that situation arises, I will let you know. Otherwise, it's usually 10 seconds. Best wishes to all of you. I'm going to provide you for this first set up to 30 seconds. You need not use all of it, of course, right? Okay. But I have a preamble first, after which I'll come to you, Presbyterian boys. Okay, this is a preamble to all schools. A uniform sphere of radius 0.05 meter is made of material of density 4 times 10 raised to the power 3 kilogram per meter cubed. That is the preamble. Did you get it? Okay. A uniform sphere of radius 0.05 meter is made of material of density 4 times 10 raised to the power 3 kilogram per meter cubed. All right. So now, Presbyterian boys, the moment of inertia of the sphere about an axis through its center is less than 0.001 kilogram per meter squared. Kilogram meter squared. Excel?
0.001. True.
No, that's a false statement. With the same preamble, St. James. The data given is insufficient for the determination of the moment of inertia of the sphere about an axis through its center. Jude.
False.
You're right. With the same preamble, the moment of inertia of the sphere about an axis through its center is greater than 0.004 kilogram meter squared. Ba?
False.
You're right. Presbyterian boys. The standard hydrogen electrode consists of a platinum electrode immersed in 1.00 mole per decimeter cubed solution of H+ ions saturated with hydrogen gas at 1.00 atmosphere and 25 degrees Celsius. Yes, Metal?
True.
You're right. The standard hydrogen electrode only operates in an acidic environment. Edmond?
True.
You're right. Apart from hydrochloric acid, other strong acids can be used in the standard hydrogen electrode as long as the concentration is maintained at 1.00 mole per decimeter cubed. Yes, Ba?
True. True.
Yes. For the next set, I'm providing you with 30 seconds of time. And I have a preamble to all schools. Preamble. The two lines with given equations are either parallel or perpendicular. That's the preamble. I hope you got it. The two lines with given equations are either parallel or perpendicular. That's the preamble. All right, so Presbyterian boys, your lines are x minus 3y is equal to 10, and y is equal to 3x minus 5. Metal?
False.
You're right. With the same preamble, St. James. 3x plus 5y is equal to 15, and 5x minus 3y is equal to 25. Edmond?
True.
Yes. Pope John with the same preamble. 2x plus 7y is equal to 21, and 4x plus 14y is equal to 15.
True.
Yes. One of the first steps in the classification of animals is to examine the animal's body. Metal? Yes. One structure that is used in classification of animals is the body cavity or coelom. Edmond?
True.
Yes. All vertebrates, as well as mollusks, annelids, arthropods, and echinoderms, have a true coelom.
Right.
Yes, Ba?
But false.
No, that's a true statement. In beta decay, a neutral, nearly massless particle accompanies the beta particle emitted. Metal?
True.
Yes. The neutral particle that accompanies a positron emitted in a beta plus decay shares the decay energy with the positron, leading to a broad range of positron energies. Edmond?
True.
Yes. The neutral particle that accompanies a beta particle in beta decay is indeed an imaginary particle with no real or physical existence that was invented by physicists who playfully called it neutrino. Ba?
False.
Yes. Presbyterian boys, the boiling point of 3-methylpentane is higher than that of 2,3-dimethylbutane. Excel?
It is false.
No, that's a true statement. The boiling point of 2-methylbutane is higher than that of 2,2-dimethylbutane. Edmond?
Go for true. True.
No, it's a false statement. The boiling point of 2,3-dimethylbutane is higher than that of 2,2-dimethylbutane. Ba?
Are you sure? False.
No. It's a true statement. For this next set, I'm giving you 30 seconds. You may or may not use all of that time. 30 seconds. Presbyterian boys, the inequality, the expression x plus 2 over the expression x minus 3, this greater than 5 is equivalent to x plus 2 is greater than 5 multiplying the expression x minus 3.
False.
Metal.
False.
Yes. St. James, the inequality, the expression x plus 3 over the expression x minus 1, this x, all of this less than 0, is equivalent to the expression x plus 3 multiplying the expression x minus 1 is less than 0.
True.
Yes, yes, it's true. Pope John, the solution set of the inequality x squared is greater than 25 is the set of x such that x is greater than 5. Ba?
False.
Yes, you're right. Last set of statements comes with a very short preamble. In homeostasis, that's the preamble. In homeostasis, that's the preamble. Presbyterian boys, the receptor responds to the commands of the control center by either opposing or enhancing the stimulus. Metal?
False.
You're right. With the same preamble. The control center or integration center receives and processes information from the receptor.
True.
Edmond?
True.
Yes. Pope John, last statement. The temperature receptors in the skin communicate information to the brain which signals the receptors. Ba?
False.
You are right. And that's the end of the fourth round. Before I announce the scores, there is a protest from Pope John Senior High School and Minor Seminary. This is on the chemistry set of questions, the second set, which had issues about boiling points. So this was the statement that went to them. The boiling point of 2,3-dimethyl-butane is higher than that of 2,2-dimethyl-butane. They gave me false, and I said no, the answer is true. The answer is true because of this. Every substitution will bring about a distortion in the packing of the compound, which affects the boiling point. In this particular case, you see it's 2,2, so you now have the substituents, two substituents on the same carbon. This brings about even more distortion. And so that is the reason why this is true. Your protest is not upheld. All right. at the end of the fourth round. St. James Seminary and Senior High School has 31 points. Pope John Senior High School and Minor Seminary has 43 points. Presbyterian Boys Secondary School has 50 points. Round 5. I would like to remind you of the Goal Super Bonanza. If you solve all 4 riddles, 2,000 Ghana cedis. If you solve 3 out of the 4, 1,600 Ghana cedis. If you solve 2 out of the 4, you get 1,000 Ghana cedis. And if you solve even a single riddle, you get 500 Ghana cedis. So I hope you'll be working hard towards solving these riddles, right? Right? Okay, good. The Goal Super Bonanza is proudly sponsored by Goal Good Energy. All right, so obviously in this round we are going to be solving riddles. I will be reading out the clues. When you are ready to solve a riddle, kindly ring your bell. May I hear your bell, Presbyterian boys? Thank you. If you solve the riddle on the first clue, 5 points. If you solve it on the second clue, 4 points. If you solve it on the third or any clue thereafter, 3 points. Please, when you ring, that answer must be ready. I will not wait. Best wishes to all of you. First riddle. I am a physical quantity encountered in the study of mechanics. I am a component of a vector quantity. I am responsible for speed changes. I am the component of acceleration perpendicular to its centripetal component. Yes.
Tangential acceleration.
Yes. That was the fourth clue, 3 points. And that's a very good reminder of our problem of the day, isn't it? Where acceleration is a vector quantity. Okay. Next riddle. I am a product of a reaction. I am commonly formed from ions in aqueous solution. I am not part of a solution. However, I am formed from the solution. Yes, Noble?
Precipitate.
You are right. That was the fourth clue, 3 points. Next one. We are a pair of angles. We are found between 2 parallel lines and the transversal. Yes, Edmond.
Alternate angles.
No. Who else rang?
Co-interior angles.
Pardon?
Co-interior angles.
No. For you. Please, I'm continuing. We are not congruent. We are opposite each other. We are supplementary. There is something interior about us. So who are we? Yes, Noble?
Opposite interior angles.
Okay. Last riddle. Last riddle. hard structures found exclusively in vertebrates. Granted, some invertebrates have analogous types.
I have skeleton.
No. I continue. They are quite different in their structure and function. When humans lose us once, we come back stronger. Yes, Jude.
The coccyx. Coccyx.
No. Did you ring? Okay, so we continue. When they lose us twice, we will be gone forever. We function to mechanically break down foods by cutting and crushing them in preparation for swallowing. We are classified as incisors, canines, premolars, also called bicuspids, and molars. So who are we?
Teeth.
Yes, teeth. And that's the end of the 5th round. Before I announce the final scores, I have an announcement. There was a protest for the riddle, the mathematics riddle. As we were moving along with the clues, Presbyterian boys rang and gave an answer as co-interior angles, right? I did not accept that answer. I went on and received an answer which I accepted from Pope John Senior High School and Minor Seminary. Math consultant says co-interior angles is equivalent to interior opposite angles. For that reason, we will give you 3 points. And unfortunately, you have to lose your 3 points because they gave the answer before you. All right. All right. I would like to thank all of you for joining us for this very exciting contest. Please plan to be with us next time when we bring you St. Augustine's College, Bishop Herman College, and St. Hubert Seminary Senior High School. You don't want to miss it. Before I announce the final scores, I would like to acknowledge our sponsors. The National Science and Math Quiz is proudly sponsored by the Ghana Education Service in partnership with GOL PLC and supported by Joy News, Pepsodent, Jupe Money Transfer, Prudential Life Insurance Ghana, Beta Multi, Lex, Kivo, Bell Beverages, Flora Tissues, Coronation Insurance, Accra College of Medicine, University of Mines and Technology, Academic City University College, PMMC, Jewelry, GTP, Charles YFM, and Goldmark Foundation. Well, the 2024 edition of the STEM Festival will come off from the 7th to the 23rd of November 2024, and please join us as we delve into the theme Exploring Agri-Tech Solutions to Boost Ghana's Economy. All right, so now at the end of the contest, here are the final scores. St. James Seminary Senior High School has 31 points. Pope John Senior High School and Minor Seminary has 46 points. Presbyterian Boys Secondary School has 59 points. St. James Seminary Senior High School, thank you so much for being here. We must say goodbye at this stage. Best wishes to you. Pope John Senior High School and Minor Seminary, thank you also for being here. You gave our reigning champions a run for their money. Well done. Unfortunately, we must say goodbye. And so all the best to you as well. Presbyterian Boys Secondary School, congratulations on winning the contest. You have booked an appointment with me for the semifinals. I look forward to seeing you. Now, there are a couple of other announcements that I know you will enjoy. So, we have Pope John Senior High School and Minor Seminary. You solved one riddle. That gives you 500 Ghana cedis. Presbyterian Boys, you solved 3 out of the 4 riddles. You get 1,600 Ghana cedis in the Super Bonanza. All right. In addition to that, your score being the highest for the day, you have the Pepsodent Highest Scorer Award, which is sponsored by Pepsodent. Every smile matters. And at this stage, it's worth 3,000 Ghana cedis. Congratulations to you all. All right, on this note, I would like to thank all of you once again. My name is Elsie Kaufman. I have been your quiz mistress, and of course, this has been a primetime production. See you next time. Bye.